Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at a fake jungle first edition box of Pokemon cards. Thanks to Shadowless Jack for sending this my way. Normally I wouldn't encourage anyone to purchase something like this, but he already had as an experiment. He wanted to see how bad it was. I would say don't do that because you're just encouraging, to an extent, the fabrication, especially if multiple people go out and do the same. But since it's already in existence, it was already purchased, I agreed that I would open it up on the channel here. So do appreciate him sending it over, but guys, don't do this. Don't purchase, even if it's as an LOL, don't do it. So here we have a real box for comparison. Usually what I tell people, I get countless questions. Hey, is this box real? And it'll be like an eBay listing with someone with zero feedback. The box looks terrible. And it would save yourself and me a lot of time to just go look at a real box and do a quick comparison. Oftentimes, the sketchy wetchies of the community will give you really terrible quality pictures. It'll be in the dark across the room between their stepsister's legs as a distraction. And that's a red flag. That's another red flag that you got to look out for. If it doesn't look like a real box, if it's too cheap, if it's from a low feedback seller, it's probably not real. If it was real and it looked real enough, someone would have scooped it up already. Chances are you don't have time to message me, but at the same time, if it's too good to be true, it almost certainly is. And if you can't see it in person, make sure you're at least covering yourself in the form of, a payment method that is going to get you a refund. If they won't take goods and service and you're paying the fees on the goods and service, get out. Get the hell out. All right. So here's our box. So right away, red flag number one, not even close to the right color. Yes, it's under different lighting and with a different camera, but as you can see here, the green is not right. The blue is definitely not right. We'll see some blues later that definitely aren't right. But right away, red flagarino, not the same box, just due to coloration. Now, there is a little bit of variation. It can be a little bit different. If for some reason one got sun faded or something like that, maybe. But this is definitely not a real box. Now, you see that certain parts of the leaves, like on the top left, did give away. If you just compare the actual leaves and placement of the items on the box, if it's not right, stay away from it. 2 leaves on the real box, 3 leaves on the fake box. Another big telltale sign, and usually always the first thing that I just look at, is on the opening or the flap that's cut. These perforations here are the ones that you have to break. And if those aren't in the right spots, or if they're not the right size and shape, another red flag. Usually that's just a dead giveaway right away. And you see here, we have a little tiny one there and a little tiny one there, but there's nothing in the middle. I've seen some that are sliced like way over or wrong. Again, these are just things that you can look for to know it's a fake box altogether. If the box itself is fake, resealed stuff, different story, and maybe we'll look into that eventually. But in that case, you have to more look at the wrap and contents. A little bit more difficult than just a straight up fake box. This, as I discovered, is actually printed from scratch. So if you take a look, there is actual like rosette pattern. And you don't really have the artifact that you would normally have if it was just like a direct photocopy. So they did copy it to some extent, making slight errors in both color and in I guess the placement of some of the details. So what else do we have here? We have the blue, especially. We'll take a look at the real box for a second here. You see the first edition limited printing and the the emblem itself are sort of a navy blue. In the fake box, we got a black, and it looks like we have black on the first edition limited printing on the bottom. Right there, enough to say, not the right thing. Across the room, the legs, distractions, flip phone quality images, maybe it passes, but anywhere else, not so much. Let's take a look at the bottom for fun, and then we'll get back to the top. We'll open it up and see what is actually inside it. So, display capture. We will take a look at the bottom here. You notice, other than the little fragment here, I guess that's under the wrap, a little piece of green that got in there. Ignore that. You see here, nothing's covered up by the flaps. We have like a weird perforated across these two lines. And we have little nubbies. Little nubby here, little nubby here, here and here on the opposite side. Those are not present on the fake box. This is the fake box that we're looking at now. It's hard to even see this this line here, but it's there. There's no nubbies. No nubbies here. We have the fold is covering up some of the letters, which shouldn't be the case. It looks like they actually used the right barcode, so they're one step ahead of the fake Logan case on that aspect. But again, the font's off a little bit, placement of everything off a little bit, and the way that the box is actually folded is different because it's probably a box from something else or that was made to slightly resemble the proper box, but it is not the proper box. Next up, we will take a look at the what's it say? Can you catch all the jungle TM cards? So you see here, lots of blue, very blue, all blue, slopped all over, all the white writing. Extremely prominent. Here we have barely any blue, to the point that it's not even really showing up on camera, but I assure you there is blue around the white writing. The wizards.com/Pokemon. Very blue on the real one, not even slightly blue on the fake one. And then down in the bottom is white writing. Everything off in terms of font and everything else, since it is made from scratch. So that like 1 in 33, you see the space there on the real box. Fake box, not so much. It's all very, very different on this side. I think this is probably the worst offender of all. Next side, we have the Wigglytuff. So if we go to Wigglytuff, real Wigglytuff, see here too, I haven't mentioned it yet, but the way that the box is sealed, not even close to the fake box. Here we have, again, blue wizards.com/Pokemon, and just all around color is off, but it's not that far off, other than the fact that the color, the blue especially, the blue for the Pokemon is too light. The blue for the wizards.com Pokemon is not there at all. The official Nintendo licensed product is pretty good. It's not quite in the same spot though. So again, little details that will never be correct. Even if it was spot on, you would be able to Jeweler's Loop, $4, buy one on eBay or Amazon, whatever you got to do, and you can take a look. Yeah, I would imagine that the eyeball of the Wigglytuff is not nearly that gross on the real box. We don't have one here, but we do have the images. I was taking a look. I really don't want a sealed or just an empty box. So we'll look at Scyther here. Again, our blue, wrong blue around here. This first edition logo should be blue. The jungle should be over top of the trading card game. Again, all little things. You should be looking at everything side by side. If there's anything that's off, it's a bad sign. The TM as well as should be more bold than what it is, and the T and the M kind of connect on the real thing. So here we'll take a look at the real deal. Again, blue on the first edition logo, around the trading card game, TM is wrong. The jungle should be overlapping the trading card game. Same with Scyther's arm. So you can see there where they got a little bit, they got lazy. Maybe they didn't know how to layer that when they designed it out. Hard to say. Hard to say. I'm sure there's other little details too that I'm missing, but this is just a general idea of what you should be looking for. If you've looked at boxes, or if you're comparing this to a picture online, there's so many differences that it shouldn't confuse anyone, really, as long as you're looking at a real box to compare it to, even if they're images online. We have Vioblim. So Vioblim here, again, we got the blue and the wizards. We got the Vioblim. It looks like at least he's not overlapping in the right way. Trying to see. It seems he's slightly off. So the grass is off. Now, this is going to be like one of those spot the differences. The grass that's overlapping Vioblim is slightly different. I would imagine it's all slightly different or slightly moved. Wizards of the Coast in more of a real purple. Real purple energy. For all you gurus out there, rather than this like faded pink. And again, seal doesn't look like anything like the real seal that would have been on it. We have seals running down the side here. They're in the wrong spot, and they're way too clean for what a traditional WotC Pokemon product would be. So, I guess last test before we open it up. Usually, I mean, you can weigh a box. I don't even need to weigh this to know that it's not the right weight of a box. It doesn't feel like the packs are right inside. If you give it a little shake, it feels bad. It feels like they're not even. There should be packs on each side, and they should be face up. Peak test that everyone likes to do, especially if you're looking at the base set stuff. So peak test fails right away. It looks like we have sideways packs here. And then on this side, we have actual just Pokemon cards. It's like loose cards. So when you give it that shake, you can kind of hear that. It doesn't sound like packs in there. It sounds like a box full of cards. So why not? Let's rip it open. Let's see what's inside. And hopefully that helps some people. I know a lot of the people that are watching are pretty familiar with this stuff. So like even the wrap doesn't feel right. Whether it was on there or not, like it doesn't have the same, I don't know, thickness and the same texture. The box was like damaged here, but I mean, I don't know what the core looks like on a box, or if you could tell by the thickness of the box where it was ripped. But it doesn't need to get to that point. Let's open it. Oh my god. All right. So it looks like it's like G.I. Joe green. It's not coming out on the camera exactly the same way. Oh, okay. So it's taped here so that you shouldn't be able to check the hole. I was like, why is it not popping through? They taped it. So this is something that you see with a lot of the repack stuff. They'll tape the packs so you can't shift them around and check the other packs, because usually the only two packs that are real packs, or that are made to look real, are the top ones on some of the resealed stuff. So I guess they don't want you seeing in there to see these really, really bad counterfeit packs. So yeah, if you can imagine pushing in that much. So I thought it was a Pokemon card there, but it's not a bare Pokemon card. It's just the Pokemon logo. Oh god, these are bad. All right, so anyone that's ever seen Jungle before, that should stand out as not even close. I guess so. They're not the right size. What is the point of doing the packs like this? Like they could have just put rocks in here. I wonder if they're all going to be different cards. And for anyone curious and seeing the inside of the box. All right, so next part of the video here. guess we'll do a booster box opening. We'll see. If it's all the same cards, then we'll probably call it quits. I don't know if I have my... make sure I have my focus set. Properties. Hold with me. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. We're focused. All right, we're good. We're good. I just want to make sure that we're focused. Although, I don't know how long this opening is going to be. So they have like they have the pull. Should we try to open it that way? They have like the tiniest seams. Why did they go through so much effort of making these? Like this. So the plastic on the pack is painfully difficult to open. These are brutal. All right, so you got to use a razor blade to get into them. Oh no. Oh, these are bad. Well, at least it's a jungle card, right? And it's first edition. Look at the border on that thing. We got Nidoqueen. Oh my god. The back is hollow. Shattered hollow back. Wild. Shattered hollow front. Boyfriends does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each Nidoking you have in play. Nice. Furo. Clefable. Electrode. Man, the borders are massive on these bad boys. Spearow, Meowth, Lickitung. I guess we only get the one. We got an Eevee. Wigglytuff. I've never even seen these counterfeits. But they're terrible. We got a Snorlax. So we got all kinds of rares. Lots of rares. We got the Nidoqueen was our hit, I guess, is on the front. We don't do the pack trick here, so unfortunately we're going to spoil the next pack probably. Oh, this one's got a pull tab on the top and the bottom. So let's give it a whirl. Okay, that one worked. Holy crap. And the backs are like super, super dark, especially the border. Ooh, we got a Wigglytuff. Hollow. I guess we'll put our hollows. We're going to get one of each. Wait. So like the hollow cards are like super thick. And the non-hollows are super thin. Victory Bell, Oddish, Nidoqueen, Execute, Venonat, Pinsir, Paris, Nidorina, and Exeggutor. Okay. We're getting different stuff. We got another very difficult to open pack. I don't think we have to be too concerned with preserving the fake cards. We do have to worry about preserving our knife, I guess. We got a Vioblim, Jolteon, Snorlax, Kangaskhan, Jigglypuff, Dodrio, Mr. Mime. Ooh, Pikachu. Pet peeve when people call that a Red Cheeks Pikachu, because it only comes in red cheeks. I know it's not the person's fault. They just get roped into saying that because of the base set one that has different variations. All right, we got a Clefable, so maybe we'll get one of each of the rares. Maybe we're getting a lot of the same cards in the packs, so we're gonna power through. I know there's somebody that's gonna be like, "Why didn't you open them all? What about the Pinsir? What about the holographic Pinsir you missed out on?" Yes, what about them? Scyther, Parasect, Nidoran. I don't understand how they made the cards smaller, like the artwork portion. Smaller, but it's somehow worse. Like the resolution is worse than... It's like they downsized and then upsized the artwork for the cards. This might be a very long video if it takes me this long to open each and every pack. The effort that went... Oh, we got our first duplicate, Wigglytuff, Butterfree, Venomoth, Scyther, Parasect, Nidoran, Gloom, Bellsprout, Tauros. So, the non-hollows are definitely not the same based on the hollow that is in the pack. So I guess maybe there actually is some sort of randomization. I'm actually sort of surprised that they're jungle cards in here only. Pinsir. Alright, we got another dupe. We got a Pikachu. Vaporeon. Flareon. Alright. We have another pack here. We have something of the psychic variety. It is a Mr. Mime. Very cool. Mr. Mime, Rapidash. There's another Flareon. Pokeball. Alright. Man, the plastic, it's like a tarp that you had to rip through. Kangaskhan, alright. Power through, power through, power through, power through. Venonat. See if we can't get better at opening these. It always wants to tear most of the way. Clefable. Garbage. This is going to go into the counterfeit zone of no return. Alright, we got a Flareon Holo. Pikachu Vaporeon. I think the evolutions are probably the highlight. At least they were when I was a kid. Those were my favorite part of jungle. The Pidgeot. Alright, we're still hitting new crap. These ones are damaged. I don't know if that was me. I don't think it was. I think these were just damaged. Alright, we're getting better at opening fake packs. We got a Mr. Mime and a bunch of non-holos. What are we missing? The Scyther? Is it? Oh, speak of the devil. Scyther. So hopefully this was at least a little bit informative for anyone that's shopping for booster boxes that probably shouldn't be shopping for vintage booster boxes. Make sure that you're familiar with the stuff, at least to a pretty good extent. Learn how the best way to protect yourself from getting ripped off is on eBay or anything else. PayPal goods and services if you're buying from anyone sketchy, and at the same time where you're probably just tying up your money if you're buying from someone sketchy. We're going to power through the rest of these. I'm committed at this point. We got a Nidoqueen again. I'm trying to think if we're missing any other holos. I haven't looked at jungle in ages. Mostly just wasn't buying anything vintage recently. I'm really curious. Does anyone have any idea why they would go through the effort of actually putting the packs inside here? Oh, the Electrode that we were missing. Electrode. Why go through? If you're going to tape the thing closed and you're going to not have the packs inside the booster box properly, what's the point in putting actual packs inside? Is it just so that I make a video and torture myself with opening these terrible packs? If you guys haven't already, join the Discord. It's a blast. Get all your friends in there. Should be for the foreseeable future doing Friday premieres on YouTube, but also on Saturdays. We try to get in there 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we have a little bit of a happy hour. We can have a beverage, depending on your age, with the type of beverage, and just hang out, chat, show off what you got that week. If you have anything, if you have something that you want to open, there's a couple guys that have opened some cards in the chat. Usually a pretty fun little activity to do together. Whoa, that one's like extra greasy. Kangaskhan. And last but not least, we have Flareon. Flareon pack with another Snorlax inside it. So there it is. We did it. We struggled through the whole fake booster box. Thanks, guys. See you next time.